going on. All right.
Thing.
Let's party.
Let's party.
Let's party. Yeah.
What's the best way to party? Is to play Warhammer.
Happy man, that is the best party, you know. Let's be honest.
It really is. You have a Warhammer party, you know, you show up to the boys, everyone's in the shed, just chilling, rolling dice. Fucking
Man, I actually miss my shed. It's
dude, I miss your shed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the level we're at. Yeah.
Also, yeah, welcome gamers to this pilot episode of a podcast that we have yet to decide on a name for.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it will be called something by the time it's uploaded. But yes.
Yeah, you'll come up with some name or something, just out of necessity, really, won't you?
Exactly. Call it something about
Yeah.
dice. I don't know.
Yeah, something about dice cast. That sounds alright. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is I'm joined with Tommy,
What's up?
who is a great friend that plays Warhammer.
Oh, that's nice.
And that's all. I'm just gonna say that. That's it. That's your introduction.
Yeah, that's all I am. Yeah.
A guy that plays Warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've got a few Warhammer questions.
Oh yeah, nice.
To ask you. One of which is I'm not really sure because the recent news is the whole AdMech situation because they recently got a new codex, right?
Oh yeah, I saw something about that.
I don't suppose you've looked into it because I've only kind of like seen a few
No, I
like
haven't.
snippets.
Should I pull it up on Warhammer Community?
Yeah,
My favorite website.
Oh yeah, but man, the community, it's freaking Warhammer community. I don't know how I
hate
feel
this
about
website.
Yeah.
Actually hate it. I think it's awful.
it. Not yet.
That's probably not the best take to start this podcast with.
Yeah.
Just come out swinging. Games Workshop.
No, obviously we love the game, but yeah, the community website.
I don't know. It's okay. It's just like I just hate the fact that they took Astartes.
I was about to say and they took
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them. It's not just the Astartes. It's like
yeah.
all of the other creators as well. They've just
It's
kind of
so bad, isn't it? Like they just immediately just kicked everyone off the platform where people actually go to like look at videos and stuff.
yeah.
Just shoved it into some fucking shitty website that they have. Yeah, what's this AdMech situation though? Because I never like. I don't know. Do you know anyone who plays AdMech? Because I literally like.
I honestly,
like,
I
Frank
used to
played it
know.
once.
No, I used to know a person that played, but that was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna know the rules from ninth. But yeah, I don't know. Like I just heard that they changed the rules significantly from what they were. So I'm trying to just like find these rules online.
Yeah, I saw some stuff about they changed their like guns to like I can't remember any of the stats or whatever, but it seemed like they changed their guns and like default like weaponry to like not be as weird. Because I remember like playing last time I played them was probably like 8th ed, and they were like good then, just as like a shooty army, but like their basic troops and stuff had all these like weird guns with like really weird rules where it's like 6s to wound are like -1 AP and just bad rules, right? And it just sort of slows down the game because you have to be like, oh well, these dice are like this like damage or whatever, and these just all of that just bullshit. Just like never really affects anything anyway because like your basic troops are just shooting guardsmen, so like who cares? Like,
well, they would be if you were playing against me.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, there is a whole article on a website called Goonhammer that has quite a lot of information. Yeah. So the thing that I have noticed is because like the whole Crusade situation, like they've got loads of pages on that, and that's for any codex, right? And like for me, I've never actually played. Well, I've played Crusade with you like once, right? But it wasn't like a proper thing.
Yeah, we had an attempt, didn't we? And then Tom just like killed everyone.
Yeah, the classic, classic move. But yeah, so I know, like, because I've been looking at my Death Guard Codex because I've got the new codex here.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's good, isn't it?
And like, there's so many new rules. Like, I just feel overwhelmed just because I was sort of new to Death Guard 8th edition, and then when
you sort of like picked them up just at the right time there, didn't you? Really, it's just like so much to take in.
It's like, got to read all of the 8th edition rules, and then suddenly, okay, I've now got to read this other book that has completely different rules.
Yeah, Death Guard are they're really good now. Like really, really good. I'm kind of like concerned. Like, if you're a melee army and you're trying to fight Death Guard, you're done. You just can't beat them unless you're like, I don't know. I guess like fast armies would probably be pretty good against them, so like Dark Eldar and stuff like that. But I played Tom recently with his Death Guard.
Did he have Mortarion by any chance?
No, he didn't even have Mortarion.
He didn't.
He literally.
Oh my God.
He does have him, but he's not like painted. I mean, none of it's painted. But shout out to Tom.
Sorry, Tom, if you're listening.
But yeah, no, he had like just loads of characters, and he always does this. He's like, oh, this is a meme list. And I'm like, okay, right. And then he like shows up and just absolutely stomps me. I'm like, right, okay, yeah, very, very memey list you have there. But yeah, he just absolutely just destroyed me because I was playing Necrons, and like, you know, Necrons aren't bad now. Like the Codex is pretty decent, but
yeah,
just the combination of like the contagion rules where like.
Oh, they are so they're like just a bonus, like an added bonus that shouldn't even.
It's so good. You just because like everything in my army was basically like -1 toughness whenever I was near him. Yeah. And I was playing like a sort of quite melee centric Necrons army, which is kind of I feel like the way to play them really now because you know I was doing that the Scarab Swarm Obsec Rush list where you bring 27 Scarab Swarms and they all have objectives secured. And you just like charge the points, and I was doing that, but obviously they all became like toughness 2, and then just like bolt guns were just like tearing them apart and stuff. So it's just Death Guard are so good at like just playing 9th. I think they're really well suited for 9th edition and how that kind of runs.
I would agree. I've only had one game with my Death Guard against one of my housemates who is an absolute noob to Warhammer, but he wanted to play, and he played Imperial Knights. And obviously, you know.
No. Oh, that's brutal, man. You should.
Man, he picked it. He picked it. You know. Oh, he chose the big. He's like, I want to play the big boys. It's like,
you
okay,
chose that, and you were just
boys.
like, so you have chosen death.
You have chosen death. Yeah, from the Death Guard.
That is sad.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm looking forward to a Knight Codex, like, because I feel like Knights have become my main army now. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah, like
you do have a lot of them. To be fair. Yeah.
I do. I have like 2,500 or 2,000, something like that points, which is like it's enough to play a 2K game. So.
Yeah, that's a solid amount of big boys. Yeah. Knights are in such a weird spot because.
Well, they're garbage, but
they're garbage. Yeah.
But they're cool.
They're so cool. Is the problem? Yeah.
I would say though, because you know, playing against my brother, he plays Tau and Orcs really, and in like an 1,000-point game, Knights actually aren't bad because I usually bring like one big Knight and then 3 like four Armigers. So you've got like these 4 little 12 wound mech guys, and you've got like one big Chad dude just in the middle.
I think that's the way to play them, really. Like, they kind of need the board presence because 9th is just about standing in the middle of the board, really.
9th is about being a Death Guard army.
9th is about playing Death Guard. Yeah. It's weird. I don't know. I think. Do you want to talk about that in general, like 9th in general, and how you found it? Because I feel like I don't know. I've got some weird opinions on it.
All right, okay. Well, generally, I think the rules are pretty good. I think that they definitely expand on 8th, because I mean 8th edition rules, like a lot of it was sort of like the leadership was a bit like overkill, like or not overkill. They didn't have enough rules for that. And I like the idea of like playing the board, not necessarily wiping out your opponent's army to win. Because I think that does sort of balance out some of the point discrepancies or like the power differences, because you're focusing on like the objectives, not outright killing, your opponent or whatever. But yeah, obviously there's loads of issues. But yeah, what are your opinions?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it's very sort of the opposite of 8th in a way, because 8th was really just about like, can you shoot the guy quick enough? And then you win. I do, and I really like the secondary system as well. I think it gives a bit of flavor. It's cool because like we still haven't had like Maelstrom back, and I really miss that from 8th, because that was like some of the most fun games we had back in the day. Like I kind of miss that element of it, and I also think an issue with 9th is more the fact that the armies are so unbalanced at the minute. Really, like they've released the game without like any codexes. Like what did we have? We had Space Marines and Necrons. Like, and then, that's great for me as a Necron player. I'm like, okay, cool. I finally get a new book, because the 8th ed Necron book was trash. But like, and obviously everyone plays Space Marines.
Yeah, of course.
But I think the issue with it really is the fact that they've taken so long to just release like just any books. Like Chaos Space Marines have just been so bad for so long. Like, I've got the word bearers and stuff, and it's like there's just like barely any way you can use them, especially against an army like Death Guard or like Chikari or anything like that, where they have a new book and it's like just the difference between the power level and the rules and how everything's written and how it's all designed and stuff is so crazy. Like, they have definitely improved a lot since doing 8th edition. But yeah, I'm in two ways on 9th, because like the games I find, and I've been playing a lot recently, although mostly against like Harlequins and Eldar and stuff, so it's kind of kind of skewed my view.
That kind of game.
Yeah. Harlequins are just they need fixing. But it's weird, because like especially in those games, I think. But the way they've gone for me recently is either like just a complete whitewash, like either you or your opponent just rushes the enemy and just kills them all, and there is still an element of that, and obviously they tried to get rid of it with the new way that the objectives work and stuff, but you can still just table your opponent and win. Like, it's a very kind of easy like mindset for especially for someone who's playing like Harlequins or Eldar or something, because they're such a like bitey army. They're so like glass hammery. Like, every unit is kind of designed to just kill something very quickly and then die. So it's either like that, or it's like just one guy just stands on the point and the other guy also stands on the point, and you just stand next to each other for the whole game and just like try and chip away at each other over the course of the game. It's kind of, I don't know. It doesn't feel. I think once you play a lot of 9th, you kind of realise that it does sort of shoehorn you into like the same secondaries every time, or like the same kind of objective play, where it's like, that's cool, it's about the objective and not about tabling as much, but like I would like it if the objectives were a bit more interesting. I don't know.
No, I agree. I was thinking, like, actually, when I say like I enjoy playing knights, like you mentioned the idea of like you just stand there on the objectives. Well, with knights, it's like you have to like push up and take them, otherwise you lose. Like, it's actually quite fun, like a fun dynamic to kind of push the objective and like have to mitigate your opponent's points rather than focus on gaining your own, because you can't hold anything. So like, I actually do enjoy doing that. even if
pretty
I will
cool.
lose.
Yeah, no, I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I haven't played Knights in ages because I've only got like 1,000 points, and that's basically the big Valiant guy and then the two
Yeah.
Omegans.
Well,
to make
like
it
I said, that you just need loads of armigers, really. Like that's the way you go. But
Yeah.
we should do a game like 1,000 points, or even 2K.
Yeah.
I'm fine with doing that. With
Yeah,
Knights,
of course, man.
Love my
Yeah.
big boys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I've just been playing Necrons non-stop, man. I'm just like.
It's gonna get super
basically
good, right?
Exclusively a Necron player right now. Yeah,
You're gonna have
cool.
like
I
Necron
really
apparel
like
and stuff. Necron hat,
yeah, Necron
Oh,
t-shirt.
yeah. Milady.
I haven't got any merch yet. No, maybe I should
Oh.
invest. Maybe that would make my dice rolling better.
That's true. That's true.
Improves reanimation results by 1 or whatever. Yeah, Necrons are in a cool spot. I think they're still quite balanced though. I don't like out of all the codexes that have come out. I don't think they're probably the worst out of the bunch, which is kind of that's kind of how Necrons have been for a while, really. Like I'm hoping that the whole like codex creep thing doesn't happen again because. The Necron Codex in 8th came out like fairly quickly, and then like a bunch of other books obviously just came out after that, and they were kind of all just better. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. But yeah, Necrons are in a cool spot. They're a very like noob friendly army, I think, because they're so sort of like they help you mitigate the costs of your mistakes so much. Like if you move slightly too far forward and put your unit into range of an enemy or whatever that realistically you shouldn't have, but you've made the mistake or whatever, you can get a shot up and still just like the whole reanimation and bringing units back and stuff. I think it's so like noob friendly because
it's also pretty cool.
It's also really cool. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
because if you don't really know what you're doing, you can basically just march the metal men up the board and just have a good time. So that's kind of what I've discovered.
Although I would add though, because I've played Necrons from the perspective of like teaching people like with the starter set, and like without the specific codex rules, they're just awful. Like the starter set there was it's just not like it's not balanced at all. Like you'd think that they maybe tried to make it balanced because there's not a lot of models, but every single time Space Marines win. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, isn't it like assault intercessors versus like 10 Necron warriors or something?
It's like 10 Necron warriors, a royal warden, and then 3 scarabs versus like a 5-man squad of assault intercessors, and then a Primaris lieutenant who has like a 2+ armor save with his shield and a 4 and 5 wounds. It's like
there's no way the Marines lose that. Of course, I think that's on purpose though. I think they've designed it that way because Marines are the poster boys, aren't they? Really, like it's not about having a fair I mean Warhammer's not fair anyway. None of this shit's balanced really when you actually think about it, but I guess they're more balanced than they used to be. It's probably
so it's actually a really good like encapsulation of the whole of 40k. Like you get a small set and you can just recreate the feeling of being in a game against Space Marines. Pay up.
Oh yeah, I played a game against Tom with his Raven Guard the other week.
I've not played him before with the Raven. He's talked about it all like last summer when we were playing a lot of games. He was talking about it all the time, and they sounded dirty.
They are just disgusting, man. He had like 3 squads of 3 eliminators, all like hiding just like in at the top of the ruined buildings and stuff. And then he had like 3 squads of scouts, all with sniper rifles. And then all of his characters had like relic guns that were sniper rifles. So like first turn was just my characters just being shot, and just dying.
But was this a recent game?
It was last weekend. Yeah.
Oh wow, he uses scouts. I wouldn't expect someone to do that now with the whole elite choice thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, that was the thing because he was like, "Oh, this is like my meme list again." This is the thing that he does every time. He's like, "Oh, it's a meme list where he's like, oh, how many snipers can I bring?" And he just brought like all of his snipers, and it turns out that's just highly effective. It's like it seems to be the theme with Tom, as he says some things for a joke, and then it turns out the joke is that he wins.
Hey man,
Like,
yeah. This is just us been complaining about the 40k
Yeah,
game
this-
for a half an hour.
this podcast is just us ranting about how much we hate 40k, and damn you,
but
Tom,
actually
for being
really
better
like
than
it,
us.
and we're like addicts.
Yeah, maybe we should. Yeah, let's
I
put
was
a
gonna-
positive spin on
Oh
it.
yeah. I was going to mention about scouts because it actually is quite interesting with the prices online. If you want to get cheap Space Marines
Oh,
now,
really?
like scouts are ridiculously cheap. Like if you go onto secondhand websites, I think
Oh,
like
really?
the Troll Trader, you get like a squad of scouts for £8 because no one wants them. Like it's
Yeah.
actually amazing. They're on sale on that website.
Oh, that's hot. Yeah.
So yeah, like if you do want to get like cheap Space Marines, I think scouts actually might be a good way to at least get in. But not that you're gonna be winning any games or anything, but just to have some models, you know.
Oh man, yeah, I love those scout models, man. I honestly like. I would play Space Marines like just as like a firstborn army. I think.
Well, what kind of what would be your firstborn pick?
I don't know. I
Ultramarines. Hell yeah.
No. as a word bearer player, I would say no.
No.
Question. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I quite like the idea of just having like a successor chapter, you know, of or just like, you know, make your own chapter, because I feel like that's the best way to make an army, really.
Yeah, honestly, I would. Yeah, if I hadn't painted all my Blood Angels as Blood Angels, I would have been way more tempted to create my own one, for sure.
Yeah.
I do like that. Yeah, just making your own shit.
Yeah, I think that's like that's what's really cool about all these new books as well. So they all have rules for like making your own custom, like, you know, with Necrons it's like a custom dynasty, or
Yeah.
you know, with a custom legion and stuff. I feel like that would be really cool, because like the thing that really like tipped me over on that stuff was just watching Astartes and just being like, damn, these guys are awesome. Who are they? And it's just some chapter that he's come up with, and it's like, you know, that whole idea of just creating your own group of guys, you know, you give them all names and stuff. It's really like, I think it definitely improves the experience of playing the game.
You know, Brother Thanos, one of them.
Gabriel Angelos.
Brother Angelos, yeah. Yeah, I mean, speaking of Astartes, like we did mention it earlier, but yeah, like it is a shame to see that. Just like they like all of these creators, like do you know Sodas as well? He recently did it too. They like posted a video.
Wait, what did he make? Because there was a Tau one as well that
he did like a Deathcore Krieg.
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah. And then like he posted this, you know, eerie 30-second video, you know, like saying, Games Workshop has approached me. I'm really happy to do this, but as a result, I'm taking down all the. And it's like it's the same. It was the same like post that was in Astartes and other content creators, which is just
It is sad to see, isn't it? Because it's just Games Workshop just like fucking just being the same old dumbass company just ran by corporate executives who just have like no idea about, you know, they seem to think that they still hold the IP, like they still have a monopoly.
That's the only thing they got going for them, to be honest. Like that.
I know, but it's like they don't understand that, like, in order to like get new people into this hobby and feed them all the fucking money that they have, they need to, like, you know, appreciate all of these amazing artists and stuff who do all of this work just out of the love for the hobby, and then just like, oh, you know, we're gonna claim you and destroy your YouTube channel, and now you have to work for us. Like that whole sort of like, you know, colonial business mentality just doesn't make sense.
They're going for that monopoly kind of thing.
Yeah. It kind of sucks. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens, really, because like we haven't seen any new animations and stuff from them yet, have we? So
yeah, it's true. Yeah, if they make really good stuff, then I mean, fair enough. You know?
Yeah, if it's like the same quality, you know, then I'm fine with it. But yeah, it is always worrying when Games Workshop starts doing things like that.
Yeah.
We've come back onto complaining. About
I was gonna say.
This
like is the Complain Games Workshop cast.
Yeah.
That's
the natural state of a Warhammer fan, though. Really, is to complain about Games Workshop. but then give them loads of money.
It was like, oh, we hate this, but you know we're in the system, we can't get out anymore.
Yeah.
No, I remember I was watching a video actually about the title was like, why do Games Workshop players, Warhammer players complain all the time about it, and I was like, yeah, I guess like 80%. Yeah, it's because we really like it. Yeah,
it's because we're all super invested into this fucking hobby, because obviously it's really expensive and we really enjoy all of the aspects of. Well, I know I do, of like building and painting and. You know, just playing the game with your mates. Like, it's a really good social activity, I think. But, you know, it kind of, you know, there's such depth to it as well. Like, I don't know about you, but I really like all the books and stuff. And
you're reading like the Horus Heresy audiobooks. I remember when.
I love all of that stuff as well. Like the whole sort of backstory behind it, and that was kind of why I got into the hobby in the first place. Really, is because.
Yeah.
I saw the Necrons. My mate had some Necrons, and I was like, they look really cool. And also the little green rods I could use in my Lego. That was what I thought originally. It's like Lego lightsabers. I was like, yo.
Yeah.
It turns out they didn't fit in the lightsaber thing. So.
I did want to ask you, like, how did you get into Warhammer then?
Yeah, so
you would have been a Lego kid then.
I was a Lego kid.
Yeah, we all were Lego kids, right?
Yeah, I feel like that's the natural progression. You start off with a Lego kid, and then you become a Warhammer chap.
And you play, you just play around with your little Warhammer figurines.
Exactly. Yeah. God.
They're not toys; they're figurines.
They're actually miniatures.
Yeah, big babies, man.
It is so nerdy, isn't it? God damn. I love it. So basically, my friend where I used to live in this little village, he was a Lego kid as well, and he had loads of Legos. Of course. We used to just fuck around with that, and you know just play Lego and shit. And then he had a bunch of this Warhammer, and it was Necrons, and I was like,
ooh,
yo, what's this? And he had like 2 monoliths and like a bunch of warriors and some immortals and stuff, and I was like, wow, these are really cool. So I just asked for some for like Christmas.
Wow.
And I was like, I just want Necrons. I want to have some of those, because I'd done like model airplanes and stuff before as well. So I kind of like had an idea of like what Warhammer like was, or like how you did it.
Yeah.
And I was always doing that shit with Lego as well. Like I was very sort of like kit bashy with Lego. I kind of like I'd make like video game characters and stuff just by like chopping up bits of Lego and like painting it and like gluing it all together and like with like electrical tape and shit and like I had I think I still have them somewhere, but I just destroyed my Lego by turning it into like just, you know, whatever I thought was cool at the time. So that was probably like Halo and Assassin's Creed and stuff. But so I got these Necrons and I was like, damn, these are sick.
Yeah,
and then at about the same time, a bunch of my mates from primary school, because I was like 10 at the time or something, and we all kind of just got into Warhammer at the same time. So my mate Frank, who you've met him, and his dad and his brother play Warhammer, and they still do. So like, you know, he just like already was just like into it, because you know your older brother is into it, and that's what's cool. So yeah, we just started playing Warhammer then, and I got the Necron Codex, and I was like reading through it, and that's when I like started getting into like the lore of it really, because like that first like Necron Codex, the third ed one, I don't know why I had it, because we weren't even playing third ed, but it was just so cool.
You know what? I think that that they actually didn't have, like, when it was 5th edition, you still actually used the Necron 3rd edition codex.
Really?
Because I remember, buying it and my brother getting into it, and he actually bought the 3rd edition codex from the Warhammer store, and it was like Assault on Blackreach, you know. So. Oh
shit! Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess it was around that time then. Yeah. Yeah, the one with the big Necron, the warrior on the front, and it's like super green. And monolith behind. Oh man,
it's like the black codex. Yeah, like the white text. It is pretty iconic. Yeah.
Oh, everything's like black and white, and all the illustrations are like really sort of like weird, and like I had no real idea of you know what the setting was really. I kind of just knew that I liked these space robots from 60 million years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of and then that was sort of like where I started, and then
Yeah.
like I stopped playing when I was like 13 or something. Because we obviously went to high school and stuff, and
Yeah.
we played it for a bit because Tom got into it, didn't he? And then he just immediately bought like 5 armies worth of Tyranids. Just the classic Tom maneuver.
Then to this day, there are still some that are in the original
day,
packaging.
There's still some in the
unopened.
original packaging. Yeah, man. Yeah, and then we stopped for a bit, for years until I met you, basically. And you and Greg, you got us back into it. You were like, oh, we still play, and we were like, what? we went to Warhammer World or something, didn't we? We had like a game of like 7th Ed, because it was like right before 8th Ed came out, wasn't it? Or something.
Yeah, we've been to Warhammer World many times. A lot of the old ones blur into one memory for me, honestly. But yeah, no, that's actually very similar to like my story as well. Like there has like the phase of like you stop playing it, like when you're like really like a small kid, you really enjoy it, then you stop playing it, and then you get back into it when you're like older. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a common theme. Yeah. So what did you start then? Because I'm assuming Ethan got into it before you, right?
No, we both got into it. I would have been like 9 or something, because my parents actually showed us it, because they were for like the whole, we don't want to play video games, but you can play this thing. And then I was in Leicester, I think, and it was the GW store there, and they had like Soul and Blackreach, and obviously I became an Ultramarine player straight off the bat. You know, I didn't have any spark of creativity in me. No, but I did actually like the blue Ultramarines. But
yeah, that's I think they're a great army to start with, aren't they? Really, like Space Marines are just, they're just cool. I really like them. Yeah. I mean, obviously they get all this shit for being like the poster boys or whatever, but it's like, of course they're the poster boys. They're Space Marines. Yeah. Like...
These Space Marines, yeah.
Space Marines.
Adeptus Astartes,
Yeah.
Although unfortunately, why they call them Space Marines still, but then they call the Imperial Guard Astra Militarum. It's like, okay, chill out, man.
Yeah, well, that's. It's IP again, isn't it? We're gonna start complaining about games.
God damn it! No, this is, man. I wonder what you guys think. Feel free to comment, because I wonder if you all also like end up just talking about like these negatives to do with GW, despite us already liking the game. Like it's just it's a natural progression. I don't know. It's
I think it's I don't know. It's weird. Yeah, there's no other like. Oh, I guess there probably are other like sort of fandoms or communities that like chat shit about whoever made it. But yeah, I feel like with Warhammer, there's such a like very strong like separation between the company and the fans, really, isn't there? Like and I think that's partially just because of how they've managed their business, really, isn't it? Because there's just a huge like period where the original people who started Games Workshop just weren't working there, and it was just ran by like just corporate execs or whatever, and it's always been about money anyway. But that kind of
I mean, the company after all, yeah.
I mean that was why they made the Primaris Marines, wasn't it? That whole they were basically just trying to pump and dump 40k, and then they were just gonna like close the business. But then obviously it was hugely successful, so they were like, well,
it really did spark back up in 8th, with the Primaris stuff.
Yeah, which is like, I guess it's good in a way. I don't know. I never liked Primaris, so
I've grown on them now. I used to hate them, but now it's like the proportions just make so much more sense. But it's a shame they didn't recreate the old Marines, to be honest.
Yeah, that's my main issue with it, really, is the fact that they kept the old Marines, but they didn't update the kits, and they didn't like give them the actual like attention that they needed. And now it's like, if you're starting a Space Marine army, you're just buying Primaris guys. You're not doing the actual cool guys who've been in the lore since the beginning, and have all this rich history of models and stuff like that. I don't know. It just kind of bugs me, and that's kind of why I haven't really done a Space Marine army as well, because You know, if I was gonna do an army, it would probably be Firstborn, and that would kind of just mean it would be bad. So
I remember that you had those like 3 guys you painted. You know, for like with the Conquest set, the Conquest magazine,
the
199 issue.
That was like right when Kill Team came out, wasn't it?
Yeah. You got this Kill Team.
And I had like 5 guys who were like a little, I don't know, they were cool. I only had those because Tom bought like 30 of that magazine, and just had like 70 fucking Primaris intercessors who were all the exact same logos.
It's like 30 sergeants pointing.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh, I loved it. It was so funny. Just like showing up to Tom's house and he's just got like a box just filled with this magazine. And it's like there's so much like waste, like paper and plastic and shit. All just for these 3 fucking intercessors who just like why? just why? Anyway,
I've got 70 issues of the Conquest magazine now as well, and they were like 70 paints, blue paint. That's for life,
blue,
life
blue,
supply.
golden, black. Yeah. Dude, I have so much McCrag blue. It's actually bad.
We don't play Ultramarines. There's no need.
I know,
for it.
that's the thing. Yeah. Now I have found a use for it with my Sisters of Battle actually, because their cloaks are blue.
Oh yeah. You have the white and blue and gold color scheme, right?
Yeah, white and blue, and then like purple on the inside. Yeah, they're really cool actually. See, that's the thing. Like GW go from just mass producing like intercessor kits to like, you know, the Sisters of Battle range when that came out. It's so cool.
Yeah,
they look so good. Like, goddamn. Like I'm like really impressed with how they've improved in terms of modeling and stuff and design.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw them in person, I was very impressed when I saw your models. It's because I wasn't really sure how they looked, like just online and stuff. But actually seeing them in person, you're like, okay, I see why people play this army now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're such a cool army as well because like they're like quintessential 40k setting for me. I think because it's all just horrifically grimdark. There's no good guys like. These like space nuns are like just horrifying people. Yeah. They just commit just absolute atrocities in the name of the Emperor like every day, and that's just like they're the good guys, but they're not. Like, the whole that it ties in with Necrons as well because when I got into Necrons, there's a load of stories in that 3rd ed book about how when the Necrons were first like discovered by the Imperium or whatever, and it's like this little short story about Sisters of Battle like Kill Team or whatever, just accidentally discovering like a tomb world and like going inside and just getting picked off one by one, and it's like all the evidence they had was like a blurry video of like some skeletal looking warrior with like a green like electrical gun or whatever, and that whole kind of like setting for them and linking it into the main sort of setting is that I mean that's kind of that's the good stuff for me. It's just the Battle and Necrons. They're kind of
and Word Bearers and Thousand Suns, right? They're your 4 main armies.
Yeah, I'd say Necrons, Sisters of Battle, Word Bearers, and Thousand Suns to a lesser extent, I think, because that was like a joint army that me and Tom sort of did, where he bought them all and I paid them all. Same with the Word Bearers, technically. But, I have some of my own units for them as well, but I think that sort of stuff stems from all of the heresy lore that I'm into as well, because that's kind of my favorite setting, really. Like it's weird because we all play 40k, but I actually prefer the lore and the setting of 30k.
They do have really cool models. I've not really got into it, but
really cool. Yeah, I haven't got any of the heresy models and stuff because it's all Forge World, so it's all just resin and just nastiness. but
it's high quality, like, okay. High quality resin.
Yes, it's better quality, I swear. Jesus,
it's not fine cast.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. dude, when Finecast came out, like, and because I was playing Necrons then, and that was like,
your stabs. All of your
so bad.
stabs.
Oh my god! Imitate the Stormlord's staff. It was just bent. It was just all just wiggly. Like it was horrible. Just they were like, oh, it's better detail. It's like, oh god! All the characters were Finecast. It was so bad. Yeah.
That was a while ago now, though. What like?
Yeah.
People still complained so much about that.
It was like 2012, something like that. I think.
Yeah, I think that then.
Because like that was like right at the tail end of when. Just before I like stopped playing, basically.
That's what made you stop playing. You're like, my sorcerer's staff is a freaking banana. I'm out of here.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the Finecast stuff is a mistake, but hey, at least they don't do it anymore. And now it's just Forge World who are like, we have to use resin because reasons.
I think I owned 3 Forge World things. I own like. One of my chimeras has like a Forge World autocannon turret, and I have 2 Deathcore Krieg, 1 Heavy Stubber guy, and a Melter Gun guy. That's it. I only need 3 Forge World things I have. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I had anything really. I think. Oh, I have a set of Cataphracti Terminators that I bought off eBay.
Oh yes. Wait.
They're yet to be painted.
Oh wait, I've not seen them. Sorry, no, I was getting confused with your.
Yeah, no, because I've got some other Terminators as well, the actual new kit for Wordbearers, who are very much cooler.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I have Blightlord Terminators now for my Death Guard, which look.
Oh my goodness!
I'm a fan.
Yeah, they're sick, man. I painted Squad of 5 for Tom, and they're a really cool kit. Yeah, but that's the thing, like the Heresy like lore and like whole setup, because it basically sets up 40k for what it is, you know, because it is the backstory of everything.
Yeah.
And it you know, obviously it's super focused on Space Marines and everything, but you know, the whole all the books and everything and all this lore, and you get to like learn the legions like one by one pretty much, and their motives and stuff, and yeah, I don't know, that kind of just like got me into like chaos in general, I think. Especially like Wordbearers, because they're like the original heretics. Like they started the whole thing. Really, it's kind of like
the OGs, the Ultramarine equivalent, you know.
Essentially, yeah. Well, they hate Ultramarines, and Ultramarines hate Wordbearers, so that's kind of like a nice little rivalry we've got. But yeah, I don't know. They're just I don't know. I really love the look of them as well, because it's like Chaos Undivided. You know, they kind of have that like old school, like 3rd ed, 5th ed style chaos, where it's like, you know, it's not like a themed army, because nowadays it's like, you know, you're like a Khorne, you know, you playing like World Eaters or whatever, or you know, you do Emperor's Children as Slash, or you know, I guess Black Legion is kind of undivided as well, but that whole sort of idea of having like a 10,000-year-old Space Marine Legion who've been just chilling in the warp, having a good time, and you know, experimenting.
Yeah.
And then they show up and they've got all these horrible demon engines and sorcerers and I don't know, yeah, it just really like got me interested in that whole side of it. And that's kind of why I like the Firstborn Space Marines as well, because all of the books and stuff are obviously focused around the Firstborn, because there's no Primaris in the Horus Heresy.
Get them mad at here.
Yeah, well, you know, you get all that history and all of the sort of lore behind the legions, and then it's like, yeah, this is cool. And then the Primaris show up and
Guliman is back.
It's just like,
of course, it's Guliman.
It's always Guliman. Yeah, he is truly just the plot armor man of 40k. It kind of.
He is also in the game too. Oh, 4 up. Oh, he's back. He's back on 4 wounds.
And he's back. Yeah, God. Yeah, I think I have like a cursed image of some game that we did ages ago, where it's like the Nightbringer from 8th edition in combat with Guliman and an Imperial Knight. They're just like stood next to each other, just like, I wonder who will win.
I remember we did that one game where it was like we had a Terminus Ultra, and then Sergeant Cronus was in the Terminus Ultra, and then Guliman was
just completely against the rules. It
was like hitting on 2s, re-rolling, winning on 2s, re-rolling.
Oh Oh god. Yeah,
I
and I had like 2 monoliths.
Everything.
I had 2 monoliths and they just died in 1 turn. It's just like, okay,
It's just totally
nice.
fair, yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to do Warhammer, I think.
Yeah,
you just
the fun,
you just fuck around. Just don't. Yeah, playing competitively is very. I mean, I get why people like it because it is you know, and the game now I think is more suited towards that competitive play style.
Yeah.
Because you know the objectives and the way the game is structured, I think is a lot more balanced now. Although going first still just is a huge advantage, but I mean you can't really like fix that in a turn-based game, can you? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think playing narratively or just playing for fun is the best way.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's not about whether you beat your opponent. Then it's more about what happens to your boys.
Yeah, the story that you make.
Yeah, like that's what I love about playing games with you and Ethan and the whole crew is like we get there and it's not like ultra competitive. Oh, I've got to do this list specifically and then all this combos and stratagems and stuff. It's just like you show up, you put your boys on the board, and then diddle bad rat and kills a demon prince. Like, it's just having those moments where it's like you need to roll like a 6 or whatever to make like a feel no pain or something. You do it and then it's like a valiant last stand kind of meme. Like that's the best part about playing 40k, I think.
100%, yeah. I mean, I love my rattling tank company, my custom guy.
I love them too, man.
I look at Soviet Union guys from like Warlord Games, and then I just added lasgun to them. I have like 3-4 squads of them now, and like Lehman Russes, and then just Diddle at the front.
Diddle bad rat.
Yeah.
What a legend.
He's a legend. I'm sad that I didn't bring any of those guardsmen with me because. I want to set them up by my bedside at uni. Like I gotta have these guys.
You go to bed and just look over and be like,
it's like he's watching over
my
me.
back.
Yeah, you got my back, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really the best part about it, and I think that's they do seem to be encouraging that sort of like naming name characters and
with Crusade rules
100%. Yeah. And Crusade as well, yeah. Crusade's horrifically unbalanced. Like,
yeah. I guess it doesn't need to be,
I have
right?
with it is playing against people like Tom. They'll just, because you get all of these like master ultimate relic things that you can unlock if you have a certain amount of experience or whatever, and they just break the game. Like it just becomes like obscene. So obviously Tom's in it kind of just to do that stuff because he that's how he.
To be fair, he was 100%. 100% said that like openly, like I just want to do the combos. Like okay, fair enough.
Like and that's fine. Like I do enjoy playing Tom because it is funny just seeing what he can come up with. Like especially at the tail end of 8th, there were all these because all those Psychic Awakening books had just really dumbass combos in them to just make the armies like good or whatever. And just watching Tom play Death Guard where he had like a 20-man Plague Marine squad who were all like melee equipped up, and they'd like just march over to you, and then 10 of them would throw grenades, and they'd do like mortal wounds on 5s, and it was just they just kill knights like instantly, and just it's all very much like how can I make this one unit just fucking kill everyone kind of play style, and I it is fun to play against that sometimes, and
yeah.
And obviously I love playing against Tom because even if he's winning, he's still like, God damn it, this I'm rolling really badly.
Not the expectation, man.
Yeah, he's very much like if a unit doesn't do the complete average dice roll that I demand of it, then it's doing badly. And I'm like, just roll the dice, man.
Not a fan of D6 shots because the average of that is 3.5. Like. You just can't roll the average, man. It's not possible.
Yeah, what the hell?
You just get annoyed every time you roll.
Yeah.
I rolled 6 shots. Damn, that's not average.
I do hate D6 weapons.
I also do. Suck. But the blast rules kind of mitigate that a little bit for me.
Sort of, but only if you're shooting at like hordes. So it's like, I don't know. That's the main issue I have with the Necron Codex in general. Is that the anti-tank is still just bad. Like there's no. Like, well, it's not bad, but it's like there's not consistent at all. So every, like, you get like a Doomsday Ark or like a Canoptech Doomstalker, and they have this massive gun on the top, and it's like, okay, you'd look at that and you'd be like, right, that should probably do some damage. And then you look at the stats, it's like D6 shots, D6 damage.
Oh no.
So, like, you get one shot, you miss. you get 5 shots, you miss 3. One of them doesn't wound. You roll the damage, it's 1. Like, it's just I can't believe that they wrote the book like that in 9th. Really, it's honestly surprising, especially when you look at like what's that Space Marine unit? Eradicators.
Oh man,
where
those guys,
they shoot twice with melter guns, and mid range it's like +2 damage. So it's like they're insanely consistent and super high damage output. And then you look at Necron, so you've got like a boat that has a gun on it that misses every turn.
I mean,
that's kind of the experience I've had with it recently. Anyway, yeah.
Night shooting, man, same thing, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah.
But it's like a gamble, just like 2d6 shots.
Yeah, that's why I've got that the Valiant, because you roll up with the harpoon and the flamer, and you just go in.
The flamer's 3d6. It's
flamer's 3d6, and it auto hits, so you should be okay. And the poon, if it hits, should probably do something.
Well, it never does.
It never does, but
yeah. I've iced one Death Dread before with a poon. I remember just pooning a Death Dread and just instantly just dying, and then that was about it. But I missed it every other time.
I've absolutely just destroyed a Wave Serpent with it once. That was fun.
It's just the flat 10 damage, and plus B3.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I love it. Yeah, I don't know. Knights are just like a funny meme army at this point, really. Like,
I'd
say you can't expect.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I love them as well. I was saying like the poon. If you've ever played, or you played Chivalry, right? Medieval Warfare.
Yeah.
Like when you're in like a, what do you call it? Not scorpion. A ballista. And then you just like fire a ballista and it just like ices a guy, and like the body's like ragdolling, like stuck to the wall. Like that's literally what the poon is, like 100%.
Yeah. The poon is very much like the anti-tank gun. Like, yeah. No, it's so cool. I love that. I love all the Lorbeard Knights as well. I don't know if you haven't really.
I've not really
got into like books and stuff.
I've read like most of the Codex lore, like with CAD and stuff, with them like the Veterans of Griffin something.
They're very there's a book called Mechanicus in the Horus Heresy series, which is really good, and it kind of. There's a lot of knight badassery in it and stuff, but I don't know. I really like that. Like, and with the Mechanicum as well. Actually, I think their lore is really cool because they're basically like a separatist human faction who just aren't really on the side of the Imperium.
Who live on
cool. And
Mars.
Knights, and knights have that whole kind of like knightly like suit of armor that you religiously wear to go and like colonize and explore new planets and stuff. It's kind of. I really like that kind of idea of having that as your big mech suit army, which is basically what knights are.
100% agree. Knights are cool, man. They're also quite grim. Cool. They look quite grimdark, like with the low head, and I mean my brother was talking about
sort
this.
Of hunched over,
the hunchback kind of like look. I don't know, like it's grimdark. I know, Hunchback of Notre Dame kind of thing, like an old like medieval cathedral,
Yeah. They're cool. I mean, all of the armies are cool, really, apart from Tau. Take that.
What do you say? What did you say? Tau just.
Tau are cool. I don't mind Tau.
Yeah, I don't mind Tau. I don't mind playing. I'd never play them, but I mean, I don't mind playing against them.
I'd never play as them. Playing against them's fun because you get to kill them.
Although they're super, like some of their guns are super good. Tau.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
they are
stuff,
kind of
like wow. Okay.
Yeah, all the fusion blasters and things. Yeah.
Like I put a Lehman Russ down, turn to deep strike. It's just gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
Like some like really cheap like crisis suits that have like all the melters. It's like you're not gonna stand a chance. But I guess they are pretty crap in 9th from what I've seen.
They're not amazing because it's all about just holding objectives in the midboard, isn't it? So like if you're both trying to do that, you're just going to be in combat all the time. Which is why I feel like combat armies in general, or armies that have ways of killing combat armies very effectively, are like the best. So like you look at Death Guard, and they're all about getting into the midboard, and then if you come to fight them in the midboard, which you kind of have to because they're there, they'll just kill you because they're just really good in melee. So it's like, you know, if you're playing a Tau, which is like essentially a gunline army, like you have to kind of castle up and you know, your damage output is in your shooting phase and your opponent's charge phase. So like, you know, you don't really stand a chance in terms of trying to get people off the objectives unless you can shoot them quick enough. But you know, when you look at armies like Death Guard, their whole thing is being resilient and being good in melee. So like, you know, they tank all your shots and then they just charge you and kill you. So
one day we'll do Death Guard versus Death Guard, you know, see how that goes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably lose because I don't have enough
middle.
like powerful units, man, and they're all just kind of a few Poxwalkers and regular Death Guard Marines.
Some Plague Marines.
Marines, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be interesting actually. I'm playing a game this weekend where Tom's gonna play as Necrons. And I don't know what I'm gonna play actually. I need to come up with a list. But that'll be interesting because I'll have a taste of my own medicine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He willingly wanted to play Necrons. I'd never imagined Tom playing Necrons.
Well,
is this your army?
I was like,
what the hell?
I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, I'll play Necrons if you want, and I was like, yeah, okay. Let's see what's up, because you know he smashed me in the last 2 games we played with his armies, so I was like, well, maybe I can beat my army. Played by someone who never plays it. Maybe that's the balancing that we need. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to when these restrictions are over and I can head back. Well, not that I can't head back now, but over summer I'll be back and
oh dude,
playing again.
So good.
And I do want to put out a few battle reports because we filmed quite a few, right? But we never really finished them, and like now the rules are just different. It's just like
I know
they're like out of date now, so we can't really.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I still want to edit together that Death Guard and Sisters one.
Yeah, I mean
it was a pretty cool game.
I mean, yeah, I mean if you do end up editing it, I'll obviously upload it.
Yeah,
it's like it's not. I don't know. It just feels weird like playing the older rules.
Yeah, it was 9th though. I think that game.
Yeah, 9th edition, but just the Death Guard
but,
kind
like,
of discuss things and stuff like that.
Yeah, they didn't have their codex, did they? So yeah, a lot changed for them, didn't it? Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm definitely down to do some more battle reports and stuff.
Yeah,
it was good fun last time.
And play with my guard. I gotta play with my guard.
Yeah, man, I miss playing against guard.
I feel like I might actually also I want to repaint all my Leave and Rest to like the same scheme, just so I have like 7.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout to be fair, because you got so many of them.
I have 7 Leave and Rests, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite. It's a bit much somewhere, but hey.
It's like 3 tank commanders, and then the rest are just normal rests.
I mean, that's just a standard guard army, really, though, isn't it? Like. Yeah, I hope God get a new codex soon because that'd be nice.
Honestly, I don't really mind because I think that, like the rules obviously aren't as strong as other armies, but I do enjoy the rules they have. Like the custom guard regiments are just so cool.
Yeah, those are pretty cool.
You can like mix and match, you know, like plug and play. But yeah,
I'd like to see more of the other units though. Is the thing. Like guard at the minute are very much like you play Cadians and you bring Leaving Russ. And some Bulgrin.
Yeah, I need Bulgrin. That's true, but yeah, it's just
you do.
And Basilisks.
They are
Basilisks
so cool.
are quite common, or Manticores. Those like artillery units.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd just love to see some of the like lesser seen units. You know, like those
Rough Riders.
Those, like Rough Riders. Yeah. Dude, I love your Rough Riders.
I've never done anything. I've tried to use them, man. Come on. They come in flanking side of the board, and it's like, and they fail the charge, and they're all dead.
And then they're dead. That's why they're so good, though, because you just gotta do it every time. He's got to bring the Rough Riders.
You know their hunting lances are 1 use only. Like
It's so
you
bad.
charge for 1 turn, and they're like strength 5 D3 damage. It's like, and I can't use them now.
They're so bad.
Worst unit in the game, but hey, the best. Yeah.
Yeah, they're also the greatest.
Also the greatest. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing some games with the boys again. We need to do like Crusade as well.
For sure. Crusade.
I'd like
would be
to
fun.
do something like that, because I'm gonna do some Crusade stuff with Ethan as well, because he's not your Ethan, different Ethan.
Yeah.
And because he's doing these really like awesome converted word bearers that he's making, and they're like,
Yeah, I've seen. Well, the screenshots pretty cool.
He's posted some stuff in the chat. Yeah, they're very. He's such a cool hobbyist, man. Like I got him into it at the start of the pandemic, basically, just as like, you know, because he was like, I'm really bored and I have nothing to do. And I was like, hey, do you want to try some Warhammer?
Yeah, have you heard of GW?
Have you heard of giving all of your money to Games Workshop?
No.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like he just picked it up like immediately, and he's now become like a full on like kit basher, like converter. Like every model he makes is like converted from like 5 different kits, and he's like green stuff modeling and, you know, 3D printing and stuff, and it's like, I don't know how he just got into that so quickly, because I like am useless when it comes to that stuff. Like when it comes to building Warhammer, I can cut them off the sprue and stick them together, and that's that. Like I'm such a noob when it comes to converting, but all of his guys are so cool, and so yeah, I'm gonna play as the sisters in like a little Crusade
with Celestine.
Sort of.
Make it really.
No,
Yeah.
no, not with Celestine.
Crusade army with Celestine.
Yeah. God, let's just defeat the point of Crusade. Yeah. Just bring a bunch of named characters. Yeah, but that should be really cool. We're gonna start off in doing kill team, because he doesn't have a huge amount of guys. That's the problem when you kit bash and custom model all of your every single model you make. Consuming. It's like it's very time consuming, and he spends ages painting them as well. But yeah, we're gonna start with kill team and then build our way up to some Crusade, hopefully. So that should be fun. But yeah, I definitely want to do some Crusade with the boys. Maybe I'll do some Necrons or something.
Yeah, I was saying, because my guard army is, well, it's converted, but like it's such an easy convert. You know, I'm just like literally just gluing different pieces together.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably do it if I tried, but I don't know, I'm just too lazy.
The thing is as well, because he uses all GW pieces as well, right? Like, does he not? Well, majority.
Mostly, yeah. And then, like he's got 3D printed stuff that Geeson did for him, and modeling with green stuff and stuff. But yeah, mostly GW, I think. But like he uses a lot of like Age of Sigmar models as well, so it's very like
diverse,
different and unique looking. Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like. I don't really mind when people use like models that aren't Games Workshop and want to play with them. Like I actually think it's pretty cool, but it just sucks that you can't really play them. Like I could never play my guard army like in an official GW thing, just because the models are just not GW essentially. Yeah, no.
Like that's just for like tournaments and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Like
it's not like any of us are good enough to play at a tournament anyway.
You come around like, nah, you're not gonna play your army, man. You're not using. It's not 80%. It's not at least 80% GW.
Mate, I'll show up with 120 Necron warriors, and we'll see who's laughing. All right, we're just gonna roll the fools with my men.
Oh man, yeah.
That's what it's about.
Well, yeah. I think we can end it here. It's been over an hour.
Yeah.
Thrilling criticisms
of thrilling. Thrilling shit talk.
Yeah,
Games Workshop.
The Games Workshop shit talk podcast.
Games Workshop, you suck. Please hire me. God.
Yeah. But thanks for coming on. You want to shout out anything? Because I know that you've got some music stuff. You
Yeah.
You
Shout out the band.
The
Check out the
band.
band if you're into death metal and you want to listen to the 2 songs that we have released. Only one of them's on streaming platforms, but we're called Orbital Alignment. We're going to be doing stuff soon. We've got some stuff in the works that I think is gonna surpass what we've got out already.
Pop.
So pretty happy with that. So yeah, check us out on that. And then my YouTube channel is called Go On Murray. There's a bunch of shitpost gaming content on there if you wanna
gaming.
Check out the Rust stuff that I do. That's the stuff that I actually put effort into, really. So yeah, Go On Murray and Orbital Alignment.
Yep.
That's my shout out.
Yeah, I'll pop some links in the description. But if you watched it till now, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I guarantee you no one's watched it.
Yeah, it's been like an hour and a bit. Yeah,
everyone's listening to me.
We'll see.
Shit about Games Workshop.
But yeah, no. If people actually want to see this, then I will continue. But I guess this is a trial to see what happens. But yeah.
Yeah, we didn't come up with a name.
We didn't, but I'm.
Oh shit. Damn. Oh well, just cut it. Cut it now.
let's cut now and we'll come back and then with that.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, so thanks for watching, gamers, and stay tuned for some more content. So goodbye.
Nice. Later.